Hello, Miss Chrissy. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing
Oh
today?
my gosh, I am so excited. I've literally been waiting and waiting and waiting to have this interview with you. Like, when did we start working together? January? Is that
Yeah,
January this year?
yeah, it was
Oh my gosh.
January. Yeah.
Like, even just looking at you right now and this radiating light that is radiating off of you, like, it just gives me chills. So today, I would love to dive into kind of your journey. I've got a few questions for you, and I know that there are women out there that need to hear your story. I know that you're a little nervous popping on here. We always have those things like, oh, am I going to say the right thing, right?
Right.
Trusting in the universe. That's something we've really, worked together on over these last few months. But I'm telling you, somebody needs to hear this message. If not, an abundance of other women need to hear this message. All right.
Yes.
So, my first question for you, all right, is what was life like before we started working together?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for having me, and I've missed you, and it's so nice to see you and be with you and feel your spirit, and it's been so wonderful. So thank you.
You are welcome.
Happy to be here. And I'm just my heart is filled with so much joy and gratitude with you, even the introduction and then the first question, because there's just so many beautiful sides of the story, and I'm definitely happy to share.
Awesome.
Um, so what was life like before working with you? The biggest thing that really hit me, what that really made me think about that, what was life before I working with you? You're just like, did you talk to a counselor? Did you have a therapist? And I was like, yeah, I did, and she's great and wonderful. But you're like, did anything change? Did anything change? And I was like, no. I was like, I mean, a little bit did. I got insight. I got knowledge that I didn't know before, stuff to apply. I had definitely some healing, but it was the stuff that I needed to go deeper, deeper to my roots with, that it was needing to be touched. And so I thought about that. I was like, no, it's been great to learn and it's been a journey, but I'm still kind of in this place where I know where I want to go, but how do I get there? I know there's still stuff here that I need to get to. And so when I took the opportunity to sit down with you and work with you, and I was like, well, I don't have any experience in this. I don't know, but just trusting in who you are, trusting in your intuition, trusting in your guides, and just like fully surrendering and be like, this is something that I want. This is something, here it is, that's going to get me to where I want to go. I know it's going to be a little scary and I don't know what to expect, but I'm in. And as soon as I allowed that, transformation city. So I'm reflecting back on that. It was more like I was doing better, but there was still something deeper to go. And it was just how do I get there?
Beautiful, beautiful. So, before we dove down into those deep roots and stuff, what would a day be like for you?
Oh my goodness. I mean, anxiety city. I'd wake up and my body would just cringe because I'm like, fear would set in, the day would set in, working would set in, tasks I had to do set in, opinions. I just was like, okay, let me get my head right here. Just nervous city, fight or flight. And then I get up and, do my thing, do my dancing, work out, eat clean most of the time, and just trying to soothe myself as far as just like, oh, today's going to be a good day, being conscientious about my thoughts and my fears and my anxiety and management. But yeah, just kind of more on the like, woo, kind of tiptoes my feet and just a little nervous. So,
Nervous. And
yeah.
how did that, that nervousness, that anxiety, like, how did that really affect your day to day life?
It really took away from concentrating on the now, meaning I was like stressed about I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to pay this bill, I have to meet with this person, that, instead of being like, okay, how am I feeling right now? And then really focusing on, wait a minute, but this is beautiful and this is nice and this is grateful and look at all that you woke up today, kinds of things. It just took me away from the state that I've been trying to reach, because I was in a state of scarcity, and so it just was a different level of vibration and frequency, that it was mismatched. I know where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, but then I was living in this realm over here, and it just was kind of one of those things where it just was like, "Whoa, we gotta get there, what is this disconnect?" So
Beautiful, beautiful. So what changes have you really noticed since we did that deep work?
Oh my goodness. I mean, just really, the biggest thing for me this year was that came up was surrendering, trusting, allowing, and expanding. Those have been my 4 words theme for the year. So I'm just like, okay, what does it mean to surrender? What does it mean to trust, allow, expand? And if I really wanted to go to where I've been craving to go, climbing that mountain, being that full, beautiful being, my highest self, I had to do things that I didn't know anything about or I was inexperienced. So sitting down with you, just you provided such a beautiful, open, authentic, safe place. And I let my guards down and I just really listened to how you cued me. And I put my conscious aside and really just went in deeper and visualizations of where you took me. And I hit it just came so naturally, and all the things that I brought up were just so freely expressed and let go. And it's just that was more of the release, pinpointing where it happened and how did I get there and why and what did I learn from it. Okay, does this no longer serve me? Cut it. Just being able to explore those realms with you and have other things pop up that I'm like, my purpose is bigger. So it took me somewhere I've never been, but it was so beautiful. And since I've released all of those emotions or cut those chains and blocks, I keep doing the breath work and I keep showing up and doing the hypnotics. It just elevates me more and more into that state that I want to be. And I'm just so grateful that I was like, wow, Selena, you opened this portal for me. It was so beautiful. And I am so grateful.
You're completely gonna make me cry right now. I
I'm just so like to feel this good. It's amazing to feel this good, and people don't get how amazing it feels to actually feel good and let yourself and do that work. So thank you for providing that space for me and that love.
You are so welcome. Like it's ah, no, that's exactly why I do the work that I do, because I know when we chatted that first time, I hung up that phone and really realizing, wow, this is a reflection of myself, right? A reflection of something that I had went through. So much of what you were experiencing going through, I mean, literally it was an exact reflection of where I had been. And now to just see you on this journey, to see you on this continued growth journey, we dive a little bit deeper into kind of how you felt when we first started working together. You really kind of had you had an external piece of you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And in your past, you had went through some trauma, some things that had occurred. And again, we don't have to dive into all the details of that, but if somebody is listening today and they've went through some you know things that they've really struggled with and that they've carried and that have really kind of weighed down their life, right? What would be your advice if they were even thinking about working with me, or going down that kind of path?
I would say go for it. Oh my heck, you're gonna be so grateful and so glad that you did. I know that it sounds scary, and I know you're wondering about your worth. Am I worthy of it? Can I have it? Can I do it? Do I believe in myself? Is it possible? Yes, 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 yes. I fully am expressed with that. And you have to show up for yourself and give yourself that chance and know that you are worthy and you can do it. And it's all possible for you to have. And so I encourage you, buckle your seatbelt, but it's going to be the best ride. And once you get off the ride, you're like, wow. But you're like, I feel great. Let's do it again. Because you're stronger, you're more confident, you're more stable, just all of the beauty that comes with what you want to feel in and out authentically is there. So do it.
I
It's such
love
a
it.
beautiful transformation. And honestly, so blessed again to have like this safe place to, you're just like the perfect person for this kind of place, this kind of work, and just it kind of worked out more beautifully to have you guide me. So thank you.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you, thank you. So one last little question before we wrap this up. Like I just see you just beaming. And
It
you
feels
know,
good.
my deepest perfect purpose in life, and why I even do these things, like I was asked this again the other day, is really to, you know, ignite and to activate women, right? That
Yes.
are looking for that confidence. They're looking for that self-love, right? They're looking to find peace in their life. And, they're at a space that they're not feeling any of those things, right?
Right.
And so helping them to unblock that, because these women know, just like yourself, just like myself in the past, right? We know that there is more to unearth. We know that there is more that we are to be living, to be experiencing, to be impacting, to be doing in this world. So, with that being said, what is kind of your next steps in life? What are you looking to continue to unearth, right? We never come to a full point of arrival, right? But
Right.
what are you looking to really step into and start, expanding on now?
Oh, the thought of that makes me so excited because now I'm like, I know I have clarity. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know who I am. I mean, like you said, we're never fully unearthed and always growing and learning. But from where I was and where I'm at now, I'm like, this is a magical area. Let's create. So with that, I just really want to keep progressing, showing up for myself every single day, doing my daily meditations, watching, am I coming from my heart space, my head space? Is it fear? Is it lack? Is it abundance? Is it love? And when I've been focusing on that, things have been opening up and showing more for me. You think that you want to grab on and control, and then it's fine. It's going to work out. It's fine. When in reality, if you're just like, no, I'm just surrendering, I'm letting go, I'm trusting, and you do the grounding every day, like things show up and you're like, wow, I know I really don't want to trust, or I mean, I want to trust, I want to surrender, this is great. So it's just moving forward, maintaining that openness, maintaining that surrendering, allowing, trusting, expansion state in my heart and in my mind, and seeing what doors open for me. And it's just, and showing up authentically and being someone who needs, someone to talk to or hang out with, or just a smile. uh,
Yeah.
so really my passion is in my trading, and that's where I want to put all my time and energy in, and then just showing up, and especially for myself, because it's just like, I never allowed that. Like, who's this chick? Okay, she actually set some boundaries today. I was like, okay, no. But so it's fun to explore being in that new magical state, and it's just like, how are you gonna handle this? How are you gonna handle that? So let's go, bring it on.
And I sense no scariness in that. Like you're just like, how am I going to handle it? Right? Like
Yeah,
it's just opened up a whole new,
it
um,
it has, and I would used to be scared, but it's a whole new, like, whatever happens, I'm the creator. I'm capable. I'm strong enough. I'm worthy enough. I'll figure it out. I'm coming from here. I'm standing tall. It's just like, kind of, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm open, doors are opening.
so beautiful, Chrissy. I truly am honored to be able to interview you today, to have worked with you over these last few months. And, even through that, I know I shared before we popped on here that you helped me to even escalate and move and really start stepping into and really seeing the need for the work that I've been called in this world to do. And so I do have a brand new program that's popping out called Release, and it's going to be 12 weeks long. Can you imagine 12 weeks of
Amazing.
submersion of me, like every single
Yes,
week? Like,
yes.
here we go. But it's really working on and combining the physical release and the emotional release, which is so intricate and so needed. You know, I was really kind of nervous to even step down this path, but you really even helped me, right? Like, that's what's such a beautiful, thing about this work. When we really start stepping in, everybody is a mirror for us, right? So, with that, if somebody is listening to your story saying, listen, I want to know more, I want to know more on her, where can they find you? Where's your social media sources? If they want to just keep on tops of what's going on in your life as
Oh
well.
my goodness, please, absolutely. I would love that and love to share. My social media is, I guess if you post it, you can leave it in the comments. It's just
I could do
my
that.
first, Chrissy C. Bisma. So, or on Facebook, CHRISSY. But yeah, if you just leave it in the comments, please come find me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram. That's where I'll be.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much. And I know that we'll have many, many, many more stories to share and to
Oh my
tell
God.
as your life continues to blossom and to bloom and your light continues to keep shining.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too.